Good evening, dear viewers. We just got notified about a convoy within our grid square, the one that we're currently in, heading west-southwest, basically our direction, and I intend to find it and sink ships out of it. So on the map, that means we are almost in the center of it, but since I have the new mod, we don't get the contact update, so that means we will have to set up a search pattern, and hopefully we will run into them. So we're going to keep heading west, I think, for now. And let's first actually, sometimes my crew doesn't spot stuff. No, let's take a look ourselves first. And should also take a listen with the hydrophone. And then it's going to be a bit of a needle in the haystack type situation, as can you even listen when we're not submerged? I don't think so. So that means we go to periscope depth.
Jawohl, Herr Kaloin. Volle Fahrt voraus. Seerohrtiefe.
Auf Tauchstationen.
At least we know the speed. Let's first dive, take a listen, and if we don't hear anything, we're gonna set up a search pattern. They're heading west-southwest. That is 274 degrees.
Derzeitige Tiefe 1,0.
That also means they're going to be in this channel, basically. Even if we don't catch them, they're probably headed for either Walkie or for the North Channel here. I think we are submerged, yes. Okay, so low down.
Jawohl, Herr Kaloin.
Well, let's take a good listen, and I'll get back to you once I hopefully find this convoy. We are running down a search pattern in the southwestern corner, the current grid square, at high speed, and I dive every half an hour to take a listen.
Derzeitige Tiefe 1,0. Jawohl, Herr Kaloin. Ein Drittel Fahrt voraus.
And I also get on the bridge every half hour by myself, take a look. Nope, I can't hear anything. So let's
Jawohl, Herr Kaloin.
this again.
Volle Fahrt voraus.
Auftauchen.
Vorne oben 10, hinten kommen auf 5.
This is what the search pattern looks like at the highest speed. I think it takes me about 6 hours to get here.
Erste Seewache sich klar machen.
So we have to be a bit lucky, obviously. I think detection range visually for the crew is about 7 kilometers. So a stripe like this, and then for myself I can probably see to about 10 kilometers. And the hydrophone, I'm not sure, but I think it could be as much as 11, 12, 13 kilometers for the AI, and for myself I can probably hear further. The AI doesn't really pick up all the sensors as well as the human player does. So this is what my search looks like. I see a light over there. Let's check that out. It's right here on top of the crosshairs. But I think it's just a star. There's no silhouette of anything. Can't see any smokestacks. Nothing. Alright, I'll get back to you once I hopefully find something. I want to share a little something I just learned about searching for target. As I explained, I installed a mod that removes all map contact. I already switched off the tactical contacts that you get when you're close. Also the lines from the hydrophone are switched off. And this newest mod removes the map contacts that you get along with the messages from B-Dienst in the base game. The only map contact I'm left with is my own position on the map. So this is a preliminary information to start out. Now, this is the first time I'm really playing with this mod in the Let's Play, so I didn't have any prior experience, and I also didn't read up a lot on how to approach that. So this is a learning experience, and I think it's very interesting. Now, it is the December 12th, the 6th day of the patrol, and it's 20 to 4 in the morning. I'm just speeding up. I'm at 30 meters. Really just north of the Orkney and of Scotland. So this is where we're at and what's going on. I'm speeding up. I'm at the depth of 30 meters because I was doing a hydrophone check. What I want to do is I want to get up to the surface and go full speed. So let me just initiate that.
Jawohl, Herr Kaloin.
Auftauchen.
Vorne oben 10, hinten kommen auf 5.
And once we surfaced, we'll also change course. Now, what have I learned? So, the message says it's about 6 hours old now, and it says small convoy in AF-77 heading west-southwest, which translates to about 247.5 degrees at a speed of 5 knots. So, what did I do? Well, first, I just had a random zigzag course towards the west, towards our assigned grid square. Generally zigzagging just to hopefully, you know, catch eyesight of that convoy. And then I started diving intermittently because I thought, well, you know, sometimes you can't see, the visual conditions could deteriorate, and taking a listen now and then wouldn't hurt. So this is what I've done up to a certain point. Now let's quickly go for the course change, because actually what I'm doing here, this zigzag course heading west, is complete garbage and it's not going to achieve anything. And I'll shortly explain why. So let's get rid of this, and let's put that this way for now. We'll readjust it later. So let me explain what I figured out. So this obviously I didn't get any results from diving now and then and from zigzagging with a general westward heading. And why is that? Well, I started to play around with the map, and I drew a line. I checked the watch, and the first time I did it, it was about 1 o'clock in the morning. It was about 3 hours after I got the message. 3 hours at 5 knots gives us 27, something, almost 28 kilometers. So I drew from the north western corner and from the southeastern corner 2 tracks basically, and the tracks obviously have the supposed heading of the convoy that we are trying to find, 247.5 degrees roughly. Why is that? Well, this is so at 10 o'clock in the evening, according to the message, the convoy was already in AF-77, which is this grid square right here, and it was heading this way with 247.5 degrees. So it must have been south of this line and west of this line, but not south of this heading over here, and not north of this heading here. So this gives me basically a channel, if you will, an area where the convoy has to be in. And in the north and to the east, the area where the convoy has to be is bounded by, well, by the grid square, by the northern boundary and the eastern boundary of the grid square AF-77. And then I plotted, since it was 3 hours after I got the message, I drew a circle here of 27 point something kilometers, which if they were here in this corner, they would have moved that far along this track. And then I drew a parallel, much like this one, a bit north of here, or all the way over here. And I did the same in this corner. I drew a line, a parallel to the eastern boundary. This means well, this showed me that they couldn't possibly be over here, and in this, well, in these areas, north and west of this of these parallels. Excuse me, north and east of these parallels. And obviously this window, if you will, is shifting. With every minute that passes, it's shifting to the west and to the south as the convoy is moving. And then I started thinking about, well, okay, now I know where the convoy has to be at any given time. At least in which general area. It's still a huge area, but it's at least somewhat reduced, and I will know I don't have to go up to this corner to search for it. And then I started thinking, well, so basically I'm in a moving window, in a moving area. Now, when I'm looking for the convoy on the bridge with my crew, or when I'm listening for it underwater, I only have a range of my sensors. I'm limited in the range of my sensors, right? Visibility maybe under these conditions, I would say maybe 14,000, 16,000 meters, maybe. And the hydrophone, I'm not sure. I would guess in about the same area roughly, maybe a bit more, maybe 18,000 meters. Interesting. What does this tell me? Well, I can draw a circle. Let's draw a circle of 16,000 meters in radius. It looks a bit like this. Okay, cool. Okay, so this is the part of the area that I can see, this circle. Obviously, if I want to be as effective as possible, the circle always has to be inside the moving window. Now, what I found out is, when I thought a bit more about it, since I was going west, zigzagging west, I wasn't really moving inside the moving window. I pretty much always stayed at the same place inside the window, so unsurprisingly I couldn't see anything. My course looked a bit like this. So from time to time I was going even in the direction of the convoy, and sometimes I would cross into it a bit and then go back to a southwesterly course. And this course and the speed that I selected, I think it was half speed ahead. That didn't really change my position within the moving window, so that is a problem. I want to, because I know in this part of the window there is nobody. I can check around. My crew checks around. I dive from time to time and I hear nothing at all. So we already know there is nothing here. So the convoy has to be either here, west of us, north of us in this smaller area, to the south of us, or in this big area to the east of us. Well, so what does that mean? We have to change our position inside the window, and that means we have to adapt our speed and course accordingly. This is what I'm trying to do right now with this course parallel to the supposed course of the target, and with the highest possible speed that prevents me from ruining my motor, my engine. I'm gonna switch off charging. Our batteries are almost completely full, and I'm gonna gain couple of more knots, hopefully. So the idea now is to run with the convoy or parallel to the convoy wherever he is. We don't know that obviously yet. I want to go all the way to this corner, and then I want to work my way back east and north and try to catch it. I want to round it up from over here, and this way I'll be fast in finding it if I can find it, because I'm going to move against it generally. I'm generally moving east, and I'm generally going to move north against it somehow. But just, you know, more or less casually wandering west, sometimes southwest with the convoy at medium speeds is not really going to change my position within the window, and that is what I have to do if I ever want to catch the convoy. So yeah, that's a little lesson I think I learned, and I hope you guys find that interesting as well. Now let me know what you think of it, and hopefully we'll find out more and better techniques. I'm sure there's still a couple of tricks that I'm not aware of yet. So this is this, and I'll be back when I have anything of interest.